Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam with you once again. And today we are going to talk about a very important concept, which is counterfactual thinking. This is a very complex subject under psychology, but I will try my level best in the next 3 or 4 minutes to decomplicate this concept and explain in a very easy, understandable language. The basic premise of counterfactual thinking is that nobody can change the past. But with the right attitude and with the right mindset, you will be able to influence the future, right? That's what we are talking about. So, this is a branch of psychology which studies the tendency of people to think about alternatives to reality. In fact, I would start with an academic definition, but don't be disheartened by it. I will decomplicate that in the next 3 or 4 minutes. So, from an academic perspective, counterfactual thinking is about a kind of predisposition to think how things could have been different now if something in the past was done differently. Okay, now to decomplicate that, let me give you some examples. Now, in your own career, something had happened in the past, like for example, you joined company X, joined company Y in a specific position for a specific salary or a remuneration. After 3 or 4 months of being in the job, you start thinking that if you had not left that company, how would the consequences be right now? Remorse, right? That is counterfactual thinking. You have a fact, you have a reality staring in front of you, and you go back in time and start thinking, what if I had done differently, right? What would have happened now? Same example. I'm sure each one of us have come through, whether it is engineering, whether masters in business administration, for example. I got a seat in IIT Delhi, but I left that to join Trichy NIT to take up computer science because that was a subject of my interest. Now 20 years have passed. Now you're thinking, if I had not taken up this course in Trichy RUC, instead I had taken up this subject in IIT Delhi, where would I have been now? Thinking about that, that's counterfactual thinking, just to decomplicate it. In my own case, I will tell you that I left the public sector undertaking 2 decades back, 20 years back. The government of India undertaking, because that was one of the reasons why I got married, right? My father-in-law, who was in Indian Oil, he said the guy is in the public sector, Maruti Udyog, and marriages happen, right? You all understand that. And suddenly you decide to leave a high-paying, high-profile government of India undertaking to join a multinational company, which I did, because any private company, even if it is a multinational company, it is fraught with risk, because I left Maruti to join Raytheon. That was a big risk. I'm talking about 20 years back, guys. But now at this point of time, if I start thinking, if I had not left Maruti and continued in the next 20 years, where would I have been in Maruti Udyog? That is counterfactual thinking, right? So putting it short, when a person modifies an actual event and then start thinking about the past in terms of some decisions he had taken in the past, and that's what we are talking about, and that is what we are talking about, counterfactual thinking, right? So when you are engaging in counterfactual thinking, that is bring to your mind to bring in so many alternatives and the reality is something different. But guys, I must tell you, don't think about one thing. I hope all of you understand. Don't think about marriage, and don't bring counterfactual thinking on that particular area, guys. Okay. So it typically talks about how a person introspects. What would have been different now if some of my decisions in the past had been different? What would have happened if I had invested my time in the last so many years in a different way? That will help you to look at the past in a different manner and also learn from the process. And that's what exactly we are talking about. I will also try to give you little more examples from sports, because nothing is more interesting than discussing some anecdotes from the sports industry. We are going to talk about an analogy. Many researchers have pointed out that a bronze guy is more happy than a silver medalist. We're going to talk about why this happens. I did my PhD in the area of behavioral economics, and I've gone through the psychological concepts. We have studied lots and lots of concepts which can be used in counterfactual thinking. But I didn't know this particular concept. When I was doing my PhD, if I had known this, there are a lot of connections. I could have used this. I could have contributed 1 or 2 pages in my PhD thesis, because this is something I learned very recently. In PhD consumer behavior, we have something called as theory of intransitivity. I have devoted a lot of pages for this. In fact, it is A is greater than B and B is greater than C. You can conclude A is greater than C, right? This is the principle of transitivity. I think mathematics students understand. You have transitivity principles, you have distributive properties, etc. We're not getting into mathematics, right? You all understand what I'm trying to say. Much in the same manner, in sports, you have 3 prizes, which is gold, number 1, the number 2 is silver, and the number 3 is bronze. Theoretically speaking, if you apply this theory of transitivity, you will find that the gold guy is happier than silver, and the silver guy should be happier than bronze, typically, because in that order it is gold, silver and bronze, right? You all understand, because bronze is the 3rd prize guy. First is gold, second is silver, and 3rd is bronze. But many researchers have shown that the bronze guy is more happier than the silver guy. Why is that so? That is exactly because of counterfactual thinking. You can apply this concept here, because the human tendency is to create possible results to life events that have already happened. The silver medal is so sad because he lost a gold medal. He's not happy he won a silver medal, but he's so sad that he has lost that gold medal by 0.5 seconds, and he's very sad because he thinks he has lost a medal. That is why he is unhappy. This guy was just 0.5 seconds. If I had done that, I could have won that. He's unhappy. That's the reason why that puts him sad. But as far as the bronze guy is concerned, he's so happy because from many guys who've not been able to win an award, this guy has won an award. So it is the mindset. The mindset in the mind of the bronze is not about losing a gold or a silver. He is so happy because he has won an award, irrespective of whatever it is. His face has come out in all the newspapers. He got the prize from the president of the country in the Olympic celebration. He stood on that bench, 1, 2, 3. Guys, there's a lesson to be learned from it. And that lesson is very, very clear. Our life is full of choices. Everybody, irrespective of your gender, your position, irrespective of your social background, irrespective of your rich or poor, life offers you many, many choices to you. Always count on your blessings. Stay positive. Stay motivated. And this is Dr. Sadasivam signing off once again till we meet again. Bye-bye. Jai Hind.